to everyone who has stopped by today. I'm going to be working more on my Hunter's Tale comic today and mostly focus on the coloring. Yeah, so hopefully we get a lot done today and we'll see if anyone stops by. But in the meantime, yeah. Can you tell I'm really great at this YouTube stuff? Alright. Here is my workspace. Oh, there we go. And as you can see, I've been doing a lot of doodles of my, I guess you could call it my persona. I probably mentioned this in other videos before, but I have dubbed them Hikari Harpy, and I actually have a lot of like lore and background for them that is not like completely necessary to understand the lore of the Snapdragon Club, but it's there as fun little extra text if you care about the lore behind the world. And I've been mostly doodling them in a bunch of cute outfits, because why not? I've also been messing around with various hairstyles. In general, I just like short hair. And of course, gotta have some action poses. But yeah, I might do some more like lore and world building if I decide I'm done with coloring for the day. But yeah. So until then, let's see where we left off. I believe it was right about here. Ooh. Now, the whole thing about coloring this traditionally is that I have to try my best to keep consistent with the colors, which is not always the easiest thing to do. I think what I need right now is I need to go find where I put this marker first. I'm so very organized. I believe. Oh, nope, not that one. One of these things is not like this. Let's see. I think it was this one. Yeah, the walls were this color and the floor was yellow, I believe. Of course, I could always go back and reference. That would probably be a smart thing to do. There is no need to rush this. And yes, I believe that is the correct color. I'll just keep that reference page off to the side so I can keep looking out over it. And you might notice that while I am working with mostly Ohuhu alcohol markers, that I do have Copic refill inks. And that is because a lot of the times when I go to Ohuhu's site and I want to go find refills, they don't have any in stock for my area. So I'm like, great. I don't have the time to wait for that, so I will just have to go elsewhere and sort of eyeball the correct color that I need. And that's been doing well for me so far. And the other thing is that for some of Ohuhu's markers, they don't always have refill inks for those. Sometimes they only have like replaceable markers, so you can get single markers. But it's like I already have so many markers and I don't have a whole lot of room, and I don't feel like tossing out like perfectly good, markers. Like the nibs are fine, the barrels are fine. I just needed more ink. And I don't want the lack of ink to slow down my process, so that's why sometimes I just gotta look elsewhere. Probably should not be using the thick nib for that. And usually when it goes into the word bubbles, sometimes I can just grab a white gel pen and that'll like mostly fix it. And even then, it's not a big deal. Because at the end of the day, these panels will go by so fast that it's not every little itty bitty detail is going to matter at first glance. Also, when it comes to choosing colors for my comic, it is definitely a bit of a process. For example, this very room, I have been stuck trying to figure out what to color this very room for so long. I left that panel blank and colorless for so long because I could not figure out what would be the best to color it. It's like I could do some dark blues and bright yellows, but I've also colored other places in a similar fashion, similar places within the very world itself, and it's like I don't want there to be accidentally any correlation between those two, so it's like, okay, what is this place? I guess this isn't too spoilery to say that this is a like sea-themed place. It is a mermaid-themed place. So it's like, okay, you gotta think some underwater colors, gotta think some, like, maybe it doesn't have to be blue, maybe it's purple, maybe it's, green for seaweed, or like, the water at different times of day. So that's how I came up with this sort of sea green color for the walls, and the yellow is, it was a choice. And I'm not sure if it's just me or if this is starting to run low on ink on this side. Because I do have the Copic refill on hand. I'm just trying to go on the outer edges as best as I can, so that way I will hopefully avoid not coloring the parts that I don't want to color this color. Let's see. Probably should have done a little bit more line art over there, but that's okay. So I'm not sure if it's possible to tell on the sides. Actually, I don't think that shows up. One moment. There we go. But, yeah, within my disposal. Even though I have mostly Ohuhu markers, I do have a couple of Copic sketch markers, but the Copic sketch ones are hand-me-downs. So I'm basically trying to use those all up, and then once the ink runs out, then I can just basically use them as blanks to be like, hey, I'll fill these with whatever inks I feel like. all the background for this page completely done. And with that, I believe I want to try to refill my marker a bit, because this is looking a little dry. Probably a little bit dangerous to be doing this right over the page, but I think I'm doing okay. This is not the first time that I have messed up a panel, and when the comic dub comes out, I'm sure some of you will be able to tell which panel I messed up. Okay, and actually I am more comfortable. Oh, wrong cap. That's why it's not fitting. I am more comfortable doing it from this side because there's these little gaps over here which it can overflow to. There are gaps. I must not go too fast, otherwise it can still spill over the sides and nobody wants that. Lasts me for the rest of the pages that need it. Because as some people know, alcohol ink is kind of on the expensive side. Or at the very least, it can definitely add up. See what I mean? Already spilled off to the side. But at least it was only a tiny drop. And there goes the last of the ink. All gone. All gone. Keep that off to the side just so I remember which color refill that was. Let's see. So this color is what I usually use for skin tone shadows. It's a BR3 on this marker, which is rose beige. Although, who knows if that will stay the same label, because I think last time I heard Ohuhu was relabeling some of their colors, which was a little bit annoying because I tried to get like refills or yeah, I tried to get a refill ink for one of the colors that I was low on, and even though it was the same number, it was a different shade of blue, so I was like, gosh darn it. So, yeah. Hopefully by now they've got all their labels and names sorted out, so that's no longer an issue, hopefully, but yeah. And because of my setup, sometimes I'll need to get up in order to read chat. Hello again. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in once again. As you can see, we are still in the midst of coloring the Hunter's Tale comic. And so far, it has been going pretty smoothly. So far, I have not run out of any of the colors that I need. And I can only hope that it stays like that for as long as possible. Because once again, alcohol ink is not very cheap. Let's try a little bit of this. Sometimes I do a little bit of experimentation with the colors. Sometimes I work out, sometimes I don't, but it's okay. I still have plenty of refill on this exact skin tone, so should be plenty to see me through to the comic's end. Which I am guesstimating this comic will be over 100 pages in total. Because in terms of sketching them out, I believe I'm already on page 90. So, I think I will probably need around 10 pages more from that point, but we'll see. Purple. It's this one or this one. Let's see. The great thing about starting off with a lighter color is that we can always go darker. Which in this case I definitely wish to go darker. this can be. Hopefully the audio quality of this stream is a little bit better than last time. I listened back to the previous stream and it was extremely quiet, so I did a quick checkup on that, so hopefully things are working out, and I believe this one is about to dry out. Past the line a bit, but that's okay. At least this is almost done. Maybe I should try the other nib. Please, for the love of God, don't overflow. Yeah. And then I definitely need these base colors. Luckily, the good thing about using alcohol markers as often as I do is that eventually I get to figure out which colors I actually use up the most and which ones I will be in more need of, so that way I will know which ones to stock up on. Just realized what that was supposed to be. There we go. And then, okay, this was the color. If sometimes I'm out of frame, just sometimes I just get in the groove and then I forget that this should be visible on camera. white gel pen. Chad asks, watched anything cool lately? Actually, I have. If you have ever heard of the Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, I watched that not once, but actually twice. And I loved it both times. And if you have not seen it yet, this goes to anyone watching the VOD as well. If it is in theaters in your area and you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend. 2D animation, especially of this quality, is pretty rare. So there were definitely moments where, like, the animation quality is just wonderful. Like, it was just a treat for the eyes. And of course, if you enjoy Looney Tunes style humor, then the humor is gonna be up your alley. It is very much like, it is a family film, I believe. Like, you could absolutely take your little cousin to go see it, and they will laugh. Because Looney Tunes are just silly. Alright. Speaking of Looney Tunes, I've been meaning to actually draw some fan art for that, but I will drop everything. I've been meaning to draw some fan art for that movie, but at the same time, I feel like the only fan art I feel like drawing right now, it might be a little bit spoilerish, so I'm not going to get into detail about that. But it is like, it would be like fan art based on my favorite part about the movie. And for those who know me, for those who, you know, if you know, you know. Let's see. I believe just some. No, is this correct color? Yes. That is precisely the color I wanted to do. And I think I will call that page done. On to the next one. And as you can see, I do have this plastic film that comes with the Ohuhu Mixed Media Pad. So even though it doesn't usually, you know, go through the paper, it's still nice to have that as insurance. Alright, so here is my wall color. So I can get back to just coloring in all the walls in these panels. Honestly, I cannot wait until I'm able to work on the comic dub for this because there's so much going on. And the audio just, I don't know, it brings a life to it that I don't think I could have done otherwise. Also, what in the world? What is this? What did I do? Okay. That was just a corner. Alright. Sometimes it's been so long since I've inked that I forget what some of these lines were supposed to represent. And it's only later that I realized, that's what I was doing. Because I'm a silly goose like that. hope everyone who's watching is having a good day. I hope that things are going well for you. sometimes it's just nice to like chill, relax. Just do whatever. Ah, there was a lamp I could have colored. I think another great thing about drawing and coloring this comic is that it helps me work on not sweating the small stuff, you know? Practicing my Bob Ross mentality. Chad says, been fine, kind of hungry, hope things are well for you too. And I'd say things have been going pretty good for me. Like I said, I got to watch the Looney Tunes movie not once but twice, so there's that. And, you know, it's just because I really do feel like it deserves it, especially with how little marketing it's getting. And I've heard tale that if it does decently enough, then the distributor who bought the rights to distribute it, Ketchup Entertainment, that they might try to get their hands on Coyote versus Acme if the movie does well. So, I mean, last I checked the Box Office Mojo site, the total was like a little over 9 million, and I've heard that the estimate for how much the movie cost to make was 15 million, but I'm not sure how much Ketchup bought the distribution rights for. So depending on how much they bought it for, they could be looking at at least breaking even, possibly, maybe. We still have a couple more days in the US, and then it's up to the rest of the world. Well, earthquake. My apologies. thought it did. Whoops. Oh well, light inconsistency. No harm done. Because the sheets are yellow and the blanket is a reddish purple. Not immersion breaking. Say that this is probably one of the gaudiest hotel rooms. Like, if I came to this place and I was staying at this hotel, I'd be like, oh god, my eyes. This is a fantasy world. They can afford to be gaudy. this page. Let's see. Chat says not showing in my theaters, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get the DVD or Blu-ray. I have actually heard that the Blu-ray is in pre-order, so I'm sure, or if you like look it up, maybe you can find more information on that. But that's all I've heard so far in terms of where else it might show up. But at the same time, please take my words with a grain of salt because I got that information off Tumblr. I do have alternate refills for, so I will need to go double check that later. If chat doesn't mind me asking, and people watching the VOD, if you'd like to leave a comment as well, just curious, how many of you like Sonic, and if so, who's your favorite Sonic character? And it can be multiple if you can't choose. Because for me, my favorite character, of course, one of them is Shadow because I'm an edgelord. But I have a special place in my heart for Team Chaotix, especially SBO. And a small part for Fang the Sniper. Even though I don't know much about him, but especially Team Chaotix, I think they were definitely like, I don't know, they're just such goofballs and I love them. the tricky thing here is that I'm a little bit out of too many dark grays, so I'm trying to improvise by using some of my darkest near black grays, which is a little bit difficult because then that means basically any line art I have or thin black lines can easily get swallowed up in this. But I'm trying my best. And after doing this, I recognize some spots of color I missed, so I will go fix that in a bit. Chat says their favorite is E102 Gamma from Sonic Adventure 1. And they ask if I played Shadow Generations. I have not, unfortunately, but I did hear it was very good. And I'm sure it is, I just have not had the time to play it, especially since I am currently in my Monster Hunter phase. I am currently playing Monster Hunter Wilds and having a blast with it. But yeah. So that's where my gaming is right now. That, and sometimes I pick up like some comfy games like Potion Craft because I have characters who dabble in potions. So sometimes I like to brainstorm by making potions in that game. But yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds especially has been super fun. I love the story that they came up with it, and I love the world building that came with it because I've been such a nerd for the Monster Hunter lore, even though most people don't care about it. They just want to hunt the monsters, which is perfectly fine. However you enjoy the game, you are very welcome to enjoy the game. All that matters is people have fun and don't be a butt about it. Did have more of this gray. Okay. I will use that. it's almost out. I'm not sure how well that turns up on camera, but the N6 is slightly lighter than the N8, which I use to color these two hairs right here. But yeah. But the shadow will not be colored that. No, I'm going to use pure black for that. Which will make things both more difficult and easier at the same time. How does that work? Well, on one hand, he doesn't have too much details to worry about hiding, so there's that. But at the same time, for any overlapping areas, it could be a little bit of trouble. But first things first. I am going to be so very glad that I will not have to draw Crystal in this armor, because I am tired of drawing her in this armor.
Primary control of critical vehicle function.
Got a PSP recently, so maybe I'll dive into Monster Hunter Portable 3rd again. Oh, you're lucky. I really wish I could have played Portable 3rd. That's the game where Zenogre is the flagship, I believe, and you get to be in what is it? Yukumo Village. Very Japanese aesthetic. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Amatsu Makatsuchi. Yes. That one's a good one, and at least the monster roster wise. I'm sure if I tried to go and play it, I'd be like, oh my god, the controls, the crab claw, it's so clunky, oh no. Yeah, so used to the newer generations of Monster Hunter now. I can't go back. Like, even when I started in Wilds, I still had that muscle memory of trying to use the wire bug from Rise and Sunbreak. So I was like, no, I can't do that here. That's not a mechanic anymore. I have to adapt. I must adapt. That is how I become a good hunter. Although, now I must ask, what Monster Hunter games, if anyone wants to answer, of course. If you in chat or you who are watching the VOD have played Monster Hunter, which games have you played, and who's your favorite monster? Oh, and also, what weapons do you main? That's especially important. Because I have quite a number of favorites. But I will say I am a dual blades main. I just, ever since 3 Ultimate, that was the weapon that I leaned towards the most. Because I played 3 Ultimate on the 3DS. This was back when the only game that I was really playing was Animal Crossing New Leaf. And one of my friends was just like, oh, you gotta try this game out. You really gotta try this game out. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, please, I will buy this game for you. Just please try it. And I'm like, fine. Alright, you got it. So, you know, I feel like the standard Monster Hunter experience of, it's alright. It seems a little bit, like, weird because, you know, I'm used to seeing the hack and slash sort of genre. I was used to seeing, like, Kingdom Hearts levels of being able to go, like, pew, 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 all over the place. So, of course, the game starts you off with, like, Sword and Shield. So, like, it was alright, but I still felt that it was kind of slow, so I asked my friend, is there anything faster? And they were like, the fastest weapon would be the dual blades. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play with the dual blades. And I did, and I love them. I just love them. And I remember fighting Great Jaggy, the Jaggy and the Jaggia with them, and just being like, oh, he's kicking my butt. But it's also so cool. And of course, the first time I met Lagiacris, and the theme song popping up, and the Mocha Chief Village, Mocha Village Chief being like, nope, you're not ready for this, you better run. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna contest that, I'm leaving. So that was my initial Monster Hunter experience, and yeah, I love the franchise ever since, more or less. Although, I would like to say that it only super really clicked with me in 4 Ultimate. Let's see, what else am I missing? this page more or less done. Yeah. Okay. Chat says, I like me in them slow great swords. Yeah. My friend who introduced me is also a great sword main. It's like, props to you. Props to you for being able to position yourselves and move with a weapon that way. Because I've tried, and I still would like to be able to at least be okay at it maybe one day. But man, learning new weapons is tough once you've gotten your favorite down, But I get it. When you can pull off that true charge slash and get the big numbers or stagger the monster, watch them flail, it's like, yeah. There's your dopamine hit right there.
computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Let's see. That is dark green. As you can see, my process is not the most streamlined when it comes to picking out my colors again, but you know, it's whatever gets the job done. This marker's just about done. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove the nibs. And if they are salvageable, I'll keep them so that they can act as replacement nibs for later. But as for the barrel, bye bye barrel. Watching or listening to this song, I hope you got some food in your belly as well. Thinking that after I'm done with this page, I will call it. card since it is going to be colored over in that pure black. Because if there's one thing that alcohol markers can do, it is they're usually pretty good on having the darker colors cover up any lighter colors. And depending on how you layer it, you can get some interesting effects as well. First of all. And once again, accidentally bled into a space that I probably should not have, but that's okay. Wonderful. What did I drop? That's what I dropped. Okay. Oh, hello there. Welcome, welcome. And chat says I really like your drawings. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been going at this for a couple of hours now, and hopefully you decide to check out the rest of my work. It's definitely a lot, but I have a lot of stories that I wish to tell, and yeah. I believe I might be at the tail end of my stream. One of my various poses there. But yeah, my PNG tuber has quite a number of poses. It's like this one is one of the two that I use for drawing. This one's just for talking normally. This one's just being a little This is when I'm absolutely shocked and I'm flabbergasted at something. Oh my goodness, can you believe this? And then here's one for drawing, another one for drawing, and then that the secret one that I accidentally put on because I was typing. How well. But this page is almost done. I believe all there's left is the skin tone. So for those of you who stopped by during the stream, thank you very much for keeping me company. And for anyone else who stopped by to enjoy the VOD, I'd like to thank you as well. Because as fun as it is, drawing all these comics and building these worlds is a lot of work. So it's tough to put stuff out there when I'm still working on it. Again, thank you all for stopping by. I believe I will be trying to do this again next week, and it'll once again probably be around the late morning, early afternoon PST. Still trying to get used to this whole streaming my art thing, so I hope those of you who do drop by will forgive me and while I try to work out everything that I'm supposed to do. And with that, that'll be all for today. So yeah, once again, I hope you look forward to The Hunter's Tale, and if you haven't in the meantime, I do have Comic Dub Parts 1 and 2 out on my channel now, so yeah, I hope you check it out. I had some great voice actors work on it with me, so yeah. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.